Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Dirt Grain Steel. We're going to do our book reading because it is Sunday. I skipped last Sunday because of the snowstorm that we had. By the time I got done plowing snow here at my house and got done plowing snow at my parents' place, I didn't get around to reading the book. It is February, and John Deere's birthday is in February. And in fact, today is John Deere's birthday. To honor that, we're going to be reading John Deere's powerful idea, The Perfect Plow. I know I done a book before about the story of John Deere himself, and I like that book, so I found another book about it, or about him. These are more focused on the horse-drawn plow that he first created. So, let's get started. The John Deere's powerful idea, the perfect plow. John Deere watched his father go. The elder Deere was leaving the family home in Middlebury, Vermont, for England. He hoped to find money there to support his wife and children. Sadly, William Deere would never come back. Some said he died at sea. It was 1808. John was just 4 years old. See, I never knew his dad took off and left. The Deere family was now penniless without a male provider, but they were tough. Young John was expected to do his part. There was little time for school. Instead, John went to work. His father had left behind a note, "Let truth and honesty be your guide." The words spoke to the boy. John promised to live his life by them. It's a little cold out here. As a teenager, John loved making things with his hands. He started work with a blacksmith in 1821. For 4 years, he learned all he could. After his apprenticeship, John opened his own blacksmith shop. He got married in 1827 and started a family. But John's dream of being his own boss didn't last long. His shop closed, leaving him in debt. He didn't know how he would support his wife and 4 children, and a 5th child was on the way. Like his father before him, John left his family in search of money. In 1836, his friend Leonard Andrus invited him to the town of Grand Detour, Illinois. Settlers were arriving daily with no blacksmith within 40 miles, or 64 kilometers. John could do well if plans for his new start worked. He could send for his family. Unlike his father's trip to England, John's move proved to be a good one. John was busy from the moment he arrived in Illinois. So many new farmers and settlers needed his help. He sharpened his skills by making and repairing farm equipment. He made countless hoes, shovels, and plows. By 1837, John learned that farmers were having problems with the Illinois prairie soil. Plows built farther east were made of cast iron. They had been designed for light, sandy soil. The thick black prairie soil stuck to the plow blade. Farmers had to stop every few yards to scrape the blade clean. It was slow, frustrating work. So there's 3 feet in a yard. So every 3 feet, they'd have to stop and scrape the moldboard of the plow off. John went out to the fields and saw the problem for himself. He knew what he had to do. He had to make a plow that would clean itself while being used. The perfect plow. It wouldn't be an easy task, but John was willing to try it. Back in his shop, John built prototypes of all shapes and materials. He spent long hours trying to find something that worked, but he didn't mind. He learned from each failure. One afternoon at his friend Leonard Andreas' sawmill, John spotted a broken saw blade. That was it. What if he changed metals? Maybe a plow blade made of polished steel would work better than cast iron. John took the large steel saw blade and cut off the teeth. Using his hammer and anvil, he pounded the steel into a curved plow blade. He attached the new blade to the bottom of a wood post. It was a simple design, but would it work? John's own test proved promising. He gave the new steel plow to a local farmer to try. Then he nervously waited. Weeks later, the farmer returned. John held his breath. The farmer smiled and handed John some money. The plow worked. Word spread quickly, and soon other local farmers were lined up in John's shop. All of them wanted one of his new plows. Business boomed. John sent for his wife and children. He could finally support his family the way his own father hadn't been able to. In 1840, John sold 40 plows. He teamed up with Leonard Andreas and formed the company Andreas Deere and Deere. By 1846, the company's yearly plow production rose to 1,000. Because of the fast growth, John had to make a change. In 1848, he moved to Moline, Illinois. There he could be closer to river power and cheaper transportation. He took on new partners and built his first factory. It was in Moline that John Deere's company was born. Orders grew with each passing year, but no matter how many plows were made, John always insisted on excellence. I will never put my name on a product that does not have in it the best that is in me, he said. Farmers throughout the Midwest couldn't say enough good things about John's plow. They said it cut so smoothly through the soil and made a singing sound. This nickname stuck. The singing plow was the tool. The singing plow was the tool that tamed the lands of the Midwestern prairies. In 1853, John's wife and children joined him in Moline. However, the homecoming was short. John's family rarely saw him except at meals. He spent every moment making his plow the finest example in the world. He often got up at 4 a.m. and stayed at his anvil until 10 p.m. By the late 1850s, John's dream had come true. He now owned the entire company. He tested new plows and started branching out into other kinds of equipment. Years and years of hard work had paid off. John had helped to forever change farming in the American Midwest. Afterwards, in 1858, John turned over his company to his son, Charles John Deere. Charles John Deere died in 1886, but members of the Deere family ran Deere and Company until 1982. Today, Deere and Company is a worldwide business with close to 50,000 employees. Its products are made and sold in more than 160 countries. The company is probably best known for its famous green painted tractors. They appeared in 1918 after John had passed on. The company's Leaping Deer logo first appeared in 1876. So there's John Deere's original self-cleaning plow. And then there's a modern John Deere tractor. So, happy birthday, John Deere. It is your birthday today. So anyways, if you like this episode of Dirt Green Steel, give me a like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. I need to go in the house and get working on the Gleaner 3D printed model project. And I also need to catch up on questions and comments on the YouTube. So, but anyways, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next one.